In Mexico City, a 5-year-long flap of UFO activity has commercial pilots running scared. There have been several near misses. Under the auspices of the Mexican Aviation Union, the pilots have formed a coalition to demand a comprehensive, government-backed investigation into the Mexico City flap.
Next,
Stacy McCall.
the night of her high school graduation, Stacy McCall and 2 friends disappeared. Sightings looks for answers.
In 1992, 3 women in Springfield, Missouri vanished in thin air. Nearly every high-profile psychic detective in America offered tantalizing clues about the trio's whereabouts, but the case is still unsolved. Now, Sightings correspondent Carla Wohl accompanies world-renowned psychic Dorothy Allison to the scene of the crime to search for one missing link.
I would say Stacy is probably the most bubbly, full of life young woman I've ever known. She was known by her long hair. When people would say something about Stacy, they'd say something about her long hair.
She is a daughter, a sister, a friend, a statistic. When Tracy McCall vanished from her hometown of Springfield, Missouri, her family tried to come up with a reason why this vivacious teenager would run away, because the alternative was too frightening to contemplate. Would this be the last picture of Stacy in the family album? This, her last appearance on home video?
Stacy Kathleen McCall.
When I graduated, I had 2 of my classmates get killed in car wrecks that night. And I remember sitting there thinking, I wonder how many of these young people will not be here tomorrow. Not thinking it would ever be happening to me, you know?
What happened to Stacy McCall also happened to her friend Susie Streeter and Susie's mother Cheryl. It's a mystery that haunts their families, their friends, and Sergeant David Smith of the Springfield Police Department. For 3 years, they've searched for these 3 women ever since graduation night, 1992.
We've probably followed up somewhere around 4,000 leads. We've got about 14,000 pages of reports. We've talked to dozens and dozens of people. We've conducted around 200 formal interviews, and we're still no closer today than we were when this happened.
It would have been quite different if not for a simple change of plans. After the graduation ceremony, Stacy was supposed to join a group of friends for an all-night party in nearby Branson, Missouri. But Stacy decided to stay in town and spend the night at Susie's house. The next day, when Stacy's family tried to get in touch with her, there was no answer. The Springfield police were called to the Streeter house, to the scene of the most baffling crime in the history of this small Midwestern town.
When you first showed up at the Streeter house, describe for me what you saw at the crime scene.
All 3 cars were there at the house, those owned by Susie, Stacy, and Cheryl. When we went into the house, there were 3 purses that were owned by those 3 people. The beds were unmade as if they'd slept in them.
The television set was still on. A Venetian blind was open as if someone had taken a look outside. The front door was unlocked. The porch light had been broken. The fact that Cheryl, a notorious chain smoker, had left her cigarettes behind indicated to police the possibility of foul play. While search crews combed the area, Stacy's parents made this televised plea.
Stacy, call home. Call home and let us know that you're okay.
But Stacy never called. The case remains wide open.
Sergeant, isn't that odd for 3 people to be missing and there be no clues?
It's very odd that 3 people would just vanish and we don't have a lead to follow that would lead us in the direction that we need to go.
Enter Dorothy Allison, who agrees to step into a case that has stumped several other psychic detectives. Dorothy is undaunted by the fact that so many people believe this case is unsolvable.
What kind of things are you hoping that Dorothy will be able to come up with? The most important thing would be to find where Stacy is. If she's alive, where she is. If she's not alive, then we need to be able to put it to rest, so I need to find her remains.
Hi, Sergeant. I'm Dorothy Allison.
Nice to meet you.
Dorothy's psychic impressions in this case come quickly. Before her arrival, she had envisioned many undisclosed details about the case and provides Sergeant Smith with a specific list of clues. The news is not good.
These are the things that people see when they're in a car. They're wondering where they're going before they reach their awful destination, where they are murdered. Because I believe they're murdered. I do not believe they're alive.
Dorothy has made just one request of the McCall family.
Dorothy, you asked for something of Stacy's, and the family has given me her keys.
Very good.
And also a ring.
Okay, that's both good.
Now, what will you use those for?
I will hold them and try to get some feeling from her by holding it.
After her initial visit to the Springfield Police Department, Dorothy asked to be escorted to the scene of the crime. From here, she begins to look for the locations and landmarks on her list, hoping they'll lead her to the 3 missing women.
Oh, I know they pass this way.
Her psychic list is remarkably accurate. We pass a chemical plant, a trailer park, and a nightclub. But traveling to the gymnastics center where Stacy worked, Dorothy gets her strongest psychic feeling.
This I use as my base as to where to look for them. And I would go and find a thick wooded area from here to find them.
What in your tummy tells you that this is right?
It's just a feeling. I wrote down all the clues that I could find. And every clue, one led into the other, as you noticed today.
What Dorothy didn't know is that Sergeant Smith had only recently received a tip from a railroad engineer who'd spotted something suspicious in these nearby woods.
He thought he saw a gravesite, and I sent a couple of detectives out to look at it a couple days ago.
Less than a quarter of a mile from the woods, Dorothy found the Ramada Inn she had written on her list.
Right up there.
Yes, so we're on the right track.
There was also mention of a royal or theatrical name on the list. The road running along the wooded area, Royal Drive.
I also saw some old cars, which I see up on the hill there. I feel this is the exact road he took.
And on this cold, rainy day, on the actual site where Sergeant Smith is due to search, Dorothy becomes adamant.
I really feel this place should be searched. I really do.
The search turns up nothing, but this does not deter Dorothy. She knows this site is significant and believes more of her psychic clues need to be followed up.
I was a little shocked to see some names and things that I recognized. Probably the police are going to take their own time and check out everything one item at a time.
In the meantime, the McCalls have begun a support group called One Missing Link, dedicated to helping others who have missing loved ones. It's their way of making something positive out of a tragic situation. A life with a beginning, a middle, but no end.
As a mother, I need to find out where my daughter is. We're a very close family, and this is like leaving a big, empty hole right in the middle of our life.